Ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Welcome to post-game reaction. Oilers Kings. Oilers lose 3-0. I'm disappointed, but not in what you think. Let's talk about it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good day, good morning, good evening, good night, however you're watching. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. Let's just get into who I'm disappointed in. The LA Kings. Oh, we got some controversies. Yes, I'm very disappointed in the LA Kings. I said before the stream, and I said this in the Facebook side of things, and I said this on the TikTok side of things, the Oilers are going to get beat up this game. This game will be lucky if it's not 5 or 6-0. I'd be happy if the Oilers lost by 1 or 2, but I would not be surprised or shocked if they got taken to the woodshed and beat like the redheaded stepchild situation. Now, why, Matt? You're a diehard Oilers fan. You've got more faith in this team than the astronauts do in the space shuttle landing properly. Absolutely, I do, and I still do. But we didn't have McDavid. We didn't have Draisaitl. We were not going to have Echo. We don't have Kane. We possibly number one starter. Yes, Stuart Skinner still is that number one starter. He's not available. So, why then why do I have so much faith that this team was going to do something? It was just going to be one of those games. It was either going to be a trap game for LA, which it pretty much was, except for a fluky bounce and an empty netter. I'm not even going to talk about the officiating. That's ho-hum, expected. When you play the LA Kings, you're playing against 8 people on the ice at all times. But the Oilers showed me something. More importantly, Trent freaking Friedrich showed me something. Number 2-1 in your program. Get to learn that name because that guy, he's come to play. He will be available in Anaheim as well. Obviously, there's no Draisaitl in Anaheim, no McDavid in Anaheim, no Kane in Anaheim. Kane is actually staying in Bakersfield area when the Oilers come back to Edmonton. So is Oliver Rodrigue. I am really pressing and hoping, and I am just hitting that pavement right now, telling the Oilers brass, play Oliver Rodrigue one time. Let him play one time in Anaheim. I don't think they will, but hey, a guy can hope. Anyways, Oilers lose 3-0. Hey, it's okay. It's not the end of the day. The world is not over. There has been no collapse. The fall of the Berlin Wall is still down. The Soviet Union is no more. Sorry, for my next video that I'm doing today, I have to do 2 videos because a guy that will be remain nameless thought he'd be smart. And yes. So, any whoosies. I'm going to show you a quick graphic here because I did not write it down in my notes. I was ho-hum about even doing a video, but hey, the show must go on, as they say. Oh, no, not that. Okay. So here it is. Obviously 3-0 for the LA Kings. Nothing good to talk about except for Picard had a .928 save percentage. Fiala got his 30th. Kuzmenko got his 11th. Lewis got his 6th in an empty net. I should have put empty net there, but it is what it is. The Kings now clinched a playoff spot because of it. Imagine if the freaking Oilers would have won. Playoff spot Oilers. No, we got to wait till we play on Monday against Anaheim, and we have a playoff spot clinched. Now, all that said and done, the Kings were the Kings They were who we think they were. They had their boys, every single one of them. Oilers, not so much. And I love that a guy created a YouTube account just to make one comment. You got to check. It's hilarious to me that you just create an account just to make a comment on my video. I didn't think I was there already, but apparently I am. Greatly appreciate your support, dude. For anybody that watched this game and anybody that thinks that this is the Edmonton Oilers the Kings are going to face on April 14th, let alone April 20th, round 1, game 1, you might be a little bit worried. Because if this was the team that the Kings were facing, I'm still taking the Oilers in 7. If the team that was dressed last night is the team that we are taking into the playoffs, I'm still taking the Oilers in 7. Kings are cooked. If that is the effort that you're putting out against a C NHL line, sure, you shut them down, but you didn't do much scoring. Just saying. Anyways, here's a little video, and then I'll leave you guys with around the NHL. I love my job.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We did it. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn. So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We did it. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn. So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We did it. So we didn't learn.
Yeah, not much else I can say. They didn't learn from last time from having no McDavid, no Draisaitl in the lineup playing against a top-tier team. Well, lesson learned. Maybe next time. Maybe. Anyways, Oilers are back in action on Monday against the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Their final game of the road trip, and then they've got St. Louis at home on Wednesday. That game I'm looking so forward to. No, legitimately, I am looking forward to that game. Now we're going to talk about around the NHL, not just the scores, but the standings as well, because those matter. Now, bang, around the NHL. Scores. Well, it wasn't pretty for the Oilers, that's for sure. Oilers lose 3-0 to the LA Kings. The Vancouver Canucks beat the Ducks 6-2. The Maple Leafs blanked the Blue Jackets 5-0. St. Louis Blues beat the Colorado Avalanche after going up 4-0, almost letting Colorado back into it 5-4. Devils beat the Rangers 4-0. The Sens beat the Panthers 3-0. The Penguins beat the Stars 5-3. The Bruins beat the Hurricanes 5-1. The Sabres beat the Lightning 3-2. The Canadiens beat the Flyers 3-2. The Utah Hockey Club, or as we're known now, the Utah Mammoth beat the Jets 4-1. The Vegas Golden Knights win in overtime 3-2 over the Calgary Flames. The Seattle Kraken beat the San Jose Sharks 5-1. Now, what does that all mean? Why is that all said and done? Well, in the playoffs now in the Western Conference, we got Winnipeg in first with 108 points. Dallas right behind them with 104. Vegas behind them with 100. Colorado has 98. LA's 97. Oilers have 95. St. Louis has 93. Edmonton has 93. They're ahead of St. Louis. Why are the Oilers ahead of St. Louis with 93 points? It's called games in hand, bucko. We're going to take those 2 games in hand and say the Oilers have 97 points now. And St. Louis still has 93. Minnesota has 89. Calgary has 85. And to round out the close ones, Vancouver 83 and Utah in 11th with 82. Nobody else is close. In the East, Washington is first with 107. Toronto's second with 98. Carolina's third with 96. Tampa's fourth at 94. Florida's fifth, 92. Jesus Christ. You're telling me that your fourth and fifth place teams, but you're right, guys, the West is so much weaker than the East. New Jersey is in 6th with 89. Ottawa's in 7th with 88. Montreal's in 8th with 83. The Rangers are in 9th with 79. And it just drops from there. So, when all is said and done, Why am I telling you the standings and why is it important? It's important because the next video I'm making is my prediction at the beginning of the year. I wrote it down. I didn't make a video. I didn't think I needed to make a video of my predictions. So moving forward, before the playoffs start, I'm going to give my round predictions. Before the playoffs start, I'm going to give my first round predictions all the way to the Cup final. And then after after every round, I'm going to redo the predictions for that round only. And then starting next year, September 30th, I'm going to do my overall standings of who I think is going to finish where before the season starts. And then on March 8th, around trade deadline, I'm going to reassess and do who's in the standings then and who I think is going to make the playoffs at the end of the year. Call it the halfway marker fixer. Anywho's, you guys have a good one. We'll see you Monday. I think it's an 8 o'clock, 8:30 Mountain Time against Anaheim. Thank you for watching. My name's Matt for OilersFanReaction. Go Oilers, go, and hey, you can't win them all. Just make sure you don't lose them together. Have a good day.